See where this one takes us. It takes us back to the end, I believe, where we have some fan belts. Once, I hate it when this happens, the whirlwind intercepts my supercharge somehow and tries to take me up, but realises I'm going too quick. So cheers for that whirlwind. You're a real pal. The swing grain is pretty amusing as well. Okay then. Oh. Didn't mean to do that. Accidental fire. Okay, no harm done. As long as I'm not making any progress from flaming. That's all I care about, because I will accidentally press it sometimes out of habit. There's nowhere where I can really go now without backtracking. So I don't think that this enemy is gettable. There appears to be like a script where in certain areas of the levels you cannot progress. You cannot progress with supercharge, it just stops dead. So we'll have to make do with that. We do, however, need to get back to the end area of the level, so that, sorry, not the end level, the middle part of the level, so that I can utilise the supercharge there. Oh, my kneecaps. Oh, fuck a duck. Right, I don't want to die to these bastards again, so I'm just going to take the death. Alright, where are we back at? We're back over here again, aren't we? Where are you, Red Thief? Fucking hell. Oh. I'm trying to trigger the Red Thief because the Red Thief has to go on a little run path of his own. Doesn't appear to be anywhere nearby. Unless he's already gone off on that path. Let's find out. So we need to do a U-turn over to here. So that we can go around the houses and up and over. Oh, didn't realise there was a fan belt up here. I'll have to remember that. I'll have to try and get that. Love the purple gem, thank you very much, Thief. So yeah, we have 2 fan belts. Oh, the second one's going to be pretty difficult to get. We're quicker off just killing ourselves to save us time by taking us right back to where we want to be. Got one, and we just about avoided death. We have one more to get, so we're going to have to backtrack again to go and get it. This level sucks without flame due to these freaking tight corridors. Oh well, this means only one thing. Oh, actually, let's just kill ourselves. Hopefully we've still got enough 1-ups left to sustain me. We have 2 in total, including our 0. We got our gem. Does mean death, but we got our gem. Okay, trying to think where else we need to get now in this level. How many lives we have left? We have 0 lives, so we're bordering on death essentially. Oh gosh. Just take the game over. Why not? This is just living proof that I have not practiced this level. The fact that I've had to take a game over to get through it. Right. I didn't get a chance to go through this area of the level last time, which I need to. Alright, are there any other gems over there I need? I don't think so. I think I'm all good on that front. This might result in my death, but I will try. Alright, managed to get through. Beautifully timed. Oh sweet, a butterfly, it's exactly what we wanted. Now these fan belts are really annoying because no matter what we try, you'll have to take my word for this, we cannot get them up here. No amount of supercharging will allow us to get up there. As you can see from this kind of general vicinity of where supercharging can happen, getting up here is not doable, unfortunately. Hate to be the bearer of bad news. But we're not done yet. Let's get a checkpoint while we're here to make sure. Yeah. In case we die unceremoniously. I think we're good. I think we've got all the fan belts that we can get from there. Can't see any others at least. Yeah, nice. Nicely done. Time to take another dive. Now we're going to be doing a bit of exploring to see if we can achieve any other enemies being defeated using supercharge. So that was a very well timed charge, if I do say so myself, but it was one of those occasions where we was going too fast for Sparks to have picked up the gem. So the gem has stayed behind, which means we need to backtrack through all these enemies to get back through. If you notice my voice sounding different at this particular moment, it's because I accidentally stopped recording my audio, so I've had to re-record it now, so apologies for that. Just going to get this checkpoint again and glide back down to pick the gem. Oh. Whoops. Still there, nice and waiting, thank you. Then kill myself again. So I can go straight into another, hopefully equally successful supercharge. I want to believe that most things in this level are definitely obtainable. So, beautiful. So if that guy is obtainable, the other guy with an equally brilliant supercharge will also be obtainable. So again, I'm just going to kill myself. It is a lot easier and quicker than going all around the treetops, just for the sake of keeping lives, which are unlimited anyway. I've already game overed before, so I'm not really losing any of my hard-earned Spyro dignity anyway. Beautiful. I think I'm gonna call it there. Oh wait, maybe. It's hard to. This level is so sparse that it is very hard at times to remember what I have and what I need. I'm just going to take it for now that I've got everything I think I can get. I'll come back at a later time to see if there's anything I missed though. Confronting Metalhead. Metalhead is, in my opinion, probably the best designed boss out of all of the bosses on this game, in that the way you defeat him is a lot more unique than the other bosses. I like this level as well in that the banana boys are actively used like projectiles to be launched at Spyro by their big brothers, and as soon as they miss, they die. I'm just going to kill myself here, and that's because I'm not sure if this guy to the right is gettable, if that makes sense, by the big brother pushing the little brother down. Doesn't seem to quite cross the path. I might come back and experiment with that perhaps another time, but it's something to bear in mind that maybe that guy down there could be gettable if timed correctly. Regardless, we can kill his big brother, just leave him down there forever with his bananas. Let those sail right over our heads. Metalhead is one of the few bosses as well, if not the only boss. I can't recall if there's another one, but there is actually fodder on this level, so you can actually replenish your sparks, making this boss actually easier in a way. But Metalhead, as his name describes, and like most other bosses, is a large enemy, but differently, he's made of metal. So he's sort of like Dr. Shen, but all round armoured. So by default you'd think maybe that means we need to charge the guy, but not quite. There is a little bit more to this boss fight than the others, just walking and flaming. Wait for him to throw his paddy, get some gems. Didn't mean to do that. Now that guy that they kicked, I'm not sure if he just carried on rolling down. I'll see in a moment. So it appears that by me getting hit by one of those guys, I actually can collect the gem, which is interesting. I'm going to drop down here into a secret, a secret portcullis leading to a whirlwind, which enables us to get to the rooftops of this very small level, and a staircase which leads up to a bridge, and at the end of the bridge is a bunch of chests that we can't open and a key. The key will be used for perhaps one of the best hidden chests in this game, I'd say, if not one of the more creative ones that's not actively impossible to realise is there without knowing it's there, sort of thing. So I'm going to glide back down here and go up the whirlwind, and it'll immediately chuck us out to the left, where we get to this really high rooftop, and there's also another rooftop over here, and a life on top of it as well. Okay, that's nice. The enemy that we couldn't get. Going to stock up now because around this next bend is an enemy, a dragon, and the introduction to our boss. I guess you can only release the dragon on floor. So this is Metalhead, a real rocker of a boss with an awesome mohawk that actually is so strong he chucks and launches not only the little brothers but the big brothers down onto us. Now ordinarily you're supposed to go around charging these power panels to weaken Metalhead, but because we can't charge, we're actually going to have to rely on him to kill himself, if that makes sense. We're going to have to hide behind the poles and wait for either his laser to destroy something or the enemies. What? What? What the? Okay. Just, sometimes you can't ask questions on PS1 games. We'll just take that as, okay, that happened. Which means that I've got to beat up Metalhead's guys all over again. I'm already down to green sparks, which isn't good. It's because you have to wait for a certain amount of time behind the pulse when he's launching an enemy, because otherwise they don't track at you per se, but they veer towards you a little bit more, and that can mean that they'll end up missing the pulse. And despite what it looks like, only his laser is infinite. His supply of minions to chuck at us are actually finite, and it has to be when you think about it, otherwise there'd be an unlimited amount of gems in this particular level. Nearly got a double whammy there on both poles. An extra guy that we would have missed anyway, so actually my death wasn't completely in vain. I nearly slipped through again then. There must be a little tiny glitchy gap that you can drop down. It's worth noting. Now I'm going to go straight to the left here to a very easily missable staircase if you don't know it's there. Like literally you wouldn't think to just come out and immediately look left onto the wall and expect a staircase. Behind this green waterfall to find the lockbox chest, but when you first come to this level you'd go immediately past, you wouldn't even think to look, you'd end up down there fighting the boss, and all you'd see when you look to the left, because of how the draw distance works, you just see a wall that blended in perfectly, and just a waterfall. This phase is almost identical to the last phase, except he actually has a new style of laser that shoots these weird Cheerios, these blue Cheerios sort of lasers, and there are obviously more panels. I'm not sure if he's going to get around to using his Cheerio laser. I think you need to be really far away for him to use that laser. I think if you're close-ish, like we are now, he uses the more standard one, but if you're really far away he does actually launch a different style of laser. Not sure if we're going to get around to seeing it, but it's not really important anyway. It's not any more potent. If anything, it's easier to avoid. And there we go. Metalhead has killed himself. Or a ledge. And he drops a very nice array of gems. And we've not got sparks, so I'm going to have to tiptoe around picking them up. And this is the end of the level. So I'm going to grab these gems by the return home portal. And the gem that we missed over here. And climb up here, up the whirlwind to another higher part of the level, and there's a really large selection of gems up here, and these are all the minions that he could have thrown, so there's quite a few. But actually I did say that it was a benefit me dying early to get that extra gem, but in reality it wasn't, because I've just remembered that if you kill Metalhead before he's used up all of his ammo, the minions automatically die and drop the gems. I guess that was to stop you coming up here and seeing them all clumped together, which may have been actually quite difficult defeating them all if they were in such a close proximity. But that's Metalhead done, and Beast Makers is actually as good as done.